You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, we're going to be talking about Pat McAfee here in this video. As you guys know, Pat McAfee is now with ESPN. His show is on ESPN. Now, his show was always on YouTube, and Pat McAfee has a massive audience. Now, he built this show mainly outside of the mainstream media. He vowed that he would never, ever go to ESPN or anything like that, but he did. He took the money, and his fans actually did crush him for that because they felt like he was actually selling out. Now, when we found out that his show was actually going to be on ESPN, I was actually thinking that Pat McAfee's YouTube channel was going away. That's not the case, but ESPN said that the show would actually stream on ESPN's YouTube channel. They didn't make mention of Pat McAfee's channel still being there. However, Pat McAfee's channel is still there. People still can go to his YouTube channel to find the show Uncensored. Also, it's on ESPN's YouTube channel. Also, it's on ESPN. Now, people really aren't watching his show on ESPN. Like I said, he built his audience outside of the mainstream media. When I found out that Pat McAfee was actually going to ESPN, I didn't think his core audience would actually stop watching on his YouTube channel to go and watch on ESPN. No. His audience on YouTube is primarily anti-ESPN. That's just the way it is. Now, he also has Aaron Rodgers every Tuesday on his show, and people find that to be very, very entertaining because Aaron Rodgers does not hold back. He goes against the narrative. He speaks out against the jab. Dr. Fauci. Mainstream media doesn't like it. And I'm pretty sure there's people out there that have been calling for ESPN to stop Aaron Rodgers from actually appearing on the Pat McAfee show. They have not done that, even though they definitely have censored some stuff. Pat McAfee said that he wouldn't be dropping as many F-bombs on the show because of ESPN. And actually on ESPN, it's actually on delay. You can actually go to YouTube and watch it, uncensored. That's what I would do. And I believe that's the reason why he's not getting the ratings on ESPN. Now, the other day, Aaron Rodgers talked about Jimmy Kimmel and about the Epstein list. He jokingly suggested that, that Jimmy Kimmel could be on that list. And the Wolves, they got outraged by that. Now, so far, because they're still dropping lists, Jimmy Kimmel is not on there. However, guys, Pat McAfee came out, and it seems like he was actually forced to apologize for what Aaron Rodgers said. I don't believe he should apologize for anything. I don't. Now, this actually brings us to one Andrew Marchand of the New York Post. Guys, it seems like he is calling for ESPN to drop Pat McAfee because of Aaron Rodgers. That's my opinion on this. I found it kind of funny, guys, that he would actually put this out right here not long after the Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy Kimmel thing. Look here. This is his new column right here. He says that Pat McAfee is going to continue to be a headache for ESPN. He needs better TV ratings. Yeah. So he put this out yesterday, and boy, people are he's getting roasted on this. He is getting roasted on this right here. Okay. This person says, wasn't the whole point of this deal about his massive digital audience and game day feel like singling out his YouTube show for not getting better ratings? Feel short-sighted when we know that's not the total audience. Yeah. Because in this basically hit piece right here on Pat McAfee, he actually brings up, how Pat McAfee is actually losing, to people like Colin Cowherd, people in the media, the mainstream media. Pat McAfee, his show was never built like that. But this is what he says. He says, it's always about the numbers, not the words. That's how big-time sports TV talent is judged. And it will be no different with Pat McAfee. Upon hiring McAfee in the fall, ESPN knew he would be a headache. They even agreed to it, allowing him to swear on his air, wear a tank top, and keep ownership of the show. ESPN executives correctly believe that if you are hiring McAfee, you can't neuter him. McAfee has appeal as a WWE-style talk show host who brings energy. ESPN wants his audience to become younger, and in theory, McAfee should bring that. But the 36-year-old former Pro Bowl punter does what he wants. This week, McAfee's paid show contributor, Aaron Rodgers, defamed star ABC late-night host Jimmy Kimmel by falsely implying that Kimmel would be on the Jeffrey Epstein list. The implication of pedophilia resulted in Kimmel blasting Rodgers on social media and threatening to take him to court. But the thing is, man, Jimmy Kimmel goes after Trump all the time, right? The mainstream media has been attacking Trump all the time. But like the Russia collusion hoax and stuff like that, they've been trying to defame him for many, many years. Are you actually calling for other mainstream media outlets to be canceled, Andrew Marchand? No, you're not. No, you're not. And so he starts bringing up the numbers here of the Pat McAfee show. It goes on and says, since the inception of McAfee's show on ESPN in the fall, Stephen A. Smith and First Take are handing McAfee a 583,000 viewer lead in, and McAfee is maintaining just 302,000, which is a 48% drop. Thing is, man, First Take has been ESPN's highest rated show for the longest time. McAfee was built outside of the mainstream. His loyal followers are on YouTube. They're not on the mainstream media. Look here. As compared to the same window last year, which featured SportsCenter, McAfee is down 12%. On FS1, Colin Cowherd's show has nearly beaten McAfee on some days and saw 19% growth from last year to average 156,000 viewers. Now ESPN counters these numbers by noting McAfee's direct-to-consumer and social media following. It is a point to be taken in our new media world. The show averages 403,000 viewers on YouTube, according to ESPN. As we previously reported, ESPN is paying McAfee in excess of $85 million over 5 years to license the show and appear on College Game Day, while Rodgers is paid more than $1 million to be a weekly guest on the program. ESPN believes the McAfee deal will be profitable for it. The question is, can McAfee last in the Disney universe? McAfee never finishes on contracts. He fell with FanDuel, DAZN, Bet Online, Sirius XM, blah, 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 blah. Okay? So the whole thing is, man, he is really, really triggered here, it seems, by Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy Kimmel. So now he's basically calling for McAfee to be pulled off the air because his numbers don't match up with what's on ESPN. Newsflash, guys. Everybody's failing at ESPN. Everybody is. I mean, what show over there is so successful, man, that they're actually generating revenue for ESPN? ESPN just laid off a whole bunch of people this summer. We did videos on that. Front air talent, people in front of the camera. Why? Because no matter what they do, people that even appeared on First Take, they lost their jobs. Andrew Marchand. Wow. This is supposed to be the New York Post, man. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable that he would actually go out there and really try to call for the cancellation of Pat McAfee based on that. Doesn't seem like, he's a bit fan of Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion, either. But he's getting called out on this, man. I mean, this is just so dumb that he would actually write an article on this. Yeah. So dumb. This person here says, you're looking at traditional ratings. He was brought into Ursher and the new era with social media and YouTube. You need a little more time to exploit all the numbers. What else some other people are saying here? A lot of ads right here too on ads. Let's see here. Let me just find one more, see what they're saying here. Look here. It's because of ESPN that he's not doing great. A lot of his fan base, his audience, stopped watching him because he went to ESPN. Go look at the comment section when he announced the move. People aren't happy and said they wouldn't follow him to ESPN. Yeah. Another person says they're not looking for TV ratings. They're looking for online engagement, and they're getting a whole lot of that. Yeah, so I don't know how they're actually doing over there on the ESPN channel for Pat McAfee. But if you want the full experience of Pat McAfee, you watch it on the Pat McAfee YouTube channel. Who in their right mind is actually watching Pat McAfee on ESPN? Censored. And then at that, you got to pay for ESPN. You can watch them on YouTube for free. Man, this is ridiculous, man. A horrible take by Andrew Marchand of the New York Post. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.